I was stunned to hear that James Dobson had quoted me in Time magazine. I had no idea. I was mortified, frankly.
Dr. Carol Gilligan is a university professor at New York University School of Law and author of several books, including In a Different Voice. James Dobson, founder and leader of Focus on the Family, referred to Dr. Gilligan's research in a guest column for Time magazine.
I learned about it yesterday afternoon when I received an email from Wayne Besson, who is the director of an organization called Truth Wins Out, which I hadn't heard of but was delighted to hear about. And they told me that I was quoted in support of James Dobson's attack on Mary Cheney for her plan to raise a child with her lesbian partner, and it was a completely distorted and unfounded use of my research. I have an issue with James Dobson because if he picked up my book In a Different Voice and just read the beginning, the introduction, he would read a sentence I wrote saying the different voice I describe is identified not by gender but by theme, and its association with women is an empirical observation that admits exceptions. And in my book I write about men speaking about care and women speaking about fairness, and it's just such a simplification and really caricature of my work. And I just think it's not in the spirit of science, well, certainly not in the spirit of science, and for someone who represents morality in the family, it's disrespectful, that's all. This morning I got emails from such a range of people, and so basically just saying, good for you for speaking out. And I think that a lot of people have been frustrated that there isn't more response to this kind of distorted use of science in the media. It's not the first time by any means.
In fact, this isn't the first time James Dobson has distorted research to support his claims. Dr. Kyle Pruitt of the Yale School of Medicine also took exception to Dobson referencing his work in the same Time magazine column, saying that Dobson cherry-picked a phrase to shore up highly, in my view, discriminatory purposes.
There's no ground in my research for supporting his attack on Mary Cheney and her plans to raise a child with her lesbian partner. My research has nothing to say that would support his claim that that's unhealthy for children. No, I wrote him and I said, please, please do not quote my work again, because he doesn't understand my work.
We asked Carol Gilligan to share her letter to James Dobson with us.
Dear Dr. Dobson, I'm writing to ask that you cease and desist from quoting my research in the future. I was mortified to learn that you had distorted my work this week in a guest column you wrote in Time magazine. Not only did you take my research out of context, you did so without my knowledge to support discriminatory goals that I do not agree with. What you wrote was not truthful, and I ask that you refrain from ever quoting me again and that you apologize for twisting my work. From what I understand, this is not the first time you have manipulated research in pursuit of your goals. This practice is not in the best interest of scientific inquiry, nor does bearing false witness serve your purpose of furthering morality and strengthening the family. Finally, there's nothing in my research that would lead you to draw the stated conclusions you did in the Time article. My work in no way suggests same-gender families are harmful to children or can't raise these children to be as healthy and well-adjusted as those brought up in traditional households. I trust that this will be the last time my work is cited by Focus on the Family. Sincerely, Carol Gilligan. If he's a supporter of families and of morality, it seems to me that then I think that he has a responsibility to use other people's work in a responsible way and in an accurate way, and not to distort the findings of science to support political goals. You know, if what we're talking about is love, whether it's between Mary Cheney and, her partner Heather, or it's between two men or a man and a woman, we're talking about love. And the one thing that I think we could all agree on in terms of raising children is what children need is to be raised in an atmosphere of love.
To help counter right-wing disinformation campaigns and support the work of Truth Wins Out, visit truthwinsout.org.